Well, hello there guys, welcome back to our Hearts of Iron 4 Let's Play as the Republic of Deseret. As you can see here guys, 24,000 is how many men we lost in our war against the Algonquins, and we did manage to win that war. Now of course we're still fighting their friends, their allies, but I don't expect them to show up. What I think I am going to do though, is I'm actually looking at Quebec here. I'd love to take Quebec from the enemy, but I'm not entirely sure that we should start thinking of wars right now. In fact, right now I think the most important thing is to think of defense, guys. So I'm actually going to take these guys right here, one of these armies. I'm going to start to set up another front line here on the border with the Kingdom of Louisiana, and basically just set up defenses, because these royalists, I'm sure they're not happy at the fact that we've decided to start a faction right in their backyard. This is definitely a play to their power, and they're going to be a little upset at this. So I'm hoping that they don't declare war on us. But I think right now, our best focus, or our best, the best thing we can do right now for ourselves is to just try and focus on improving our country. So we're going to do that. We're just going to improve things around the country, try to get people some jobs, of course. And as you can see, that manpower is now up to 1 million. So despite this being a very cold northern region, we do seem to actually have some support amongst the native people. So that's pretty cool. And as you can see, that army is moving into place. I'm also going to be moving more armies into place. And we've got to keep in mind also when we click here, guys, we are actually beating these other guys just because of the fact that they're at war with the enemy and we are at war with them too. So we've got the Algonquin Republic, we've got the Caucasian Democratic Republic, and of course, the Ukrainians up here. Alright, so we're going to keep focusing on these guys, but I'm not sending anyone out. I might actually send, and I didn't think about this before, I might go ahead and send our Navy to raid some convoys, but I'm not sure how close we could get. Maybe over here. I'm going to go ahead and continue. I want to see if can I get to the Black Sea? No, there's no way. So I was under the impression that wouldn't be the case. And we really aren't focusing too much on our actual naval points anyway. We're really more concerned with fighting the enemy here. Let's grab that second army, guys. Select all, led by Benjamin MacArthur. And we're going to go ahead and put him on the front line as well. Is it just me, or did the Americans have only one country in their faction? I'm taking a look here. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by that. So they do only have one country in their faction. I don't get that. They should have joined us to begin with. They never actually did. I'm going to see if the Socialist Republic of Quebec is interested, but no, they're not. So nobody really wants to join us right now, except, of course, the Republic of Gran Colombia, and I'm really glad to have them on our side, but sadly, the rest of these guys are not interested. In fact, I would even take Central America if we can grab them, but once again, they're just not very interested. 20 minus 121, and of course, this is mostly to do with the fact we're at war, but these guys didn't want to join us even before the war, so they probably wouldn't have wanted to be on our side anyway. At this point, we are just going to take a total defensive stance, guys, and try and hopefully move things in the right direction. And I would like to go to war with Quebec, but only if it takes no risk whatsoever. So I'm going to try and justify a war goal, but I want you guys to let me know if you agree with this, if you think we should even be trying to justify war goals against Quebec, or if we should leave them alone. So obviously I'm going to try to take a nice chunk here, lower and upper Quebec. Okay, guys, we've got that electronics research, and let's take a look here. So now, I'm going to take a look at what we could research. Public Works program, once again, especially with the increased territory we have here, we want to do everything we can to make sure that this area is taken care of and has some infrastructure, some towns, etc. So there we go, guys. Lorenzo Woodruff, our awesome president, is already questioning the sovereignty of the Socialist Republic of Quebec, of course. But right now, our main concern should be to keep the allies of the Algonquin Republic out of our backyard. And I think the best way to do that is just to do what we're doing now, try to build up our units as best we can, keep building factories. Obviously, we have missing equipment production, but it's only, I mean, these factories take time, and it's only time which is going to actually build these factories completely. Let's take a look. Okay. Santa Cruz, how could you turn against us? So they have joined, unfortunately, of course, the damn Royalists. Alright, I'm going to take a look at Alexander Makhnos' country, the Ukraine, of course. And as you can see, they're actually... Oh, no. Looks like they've taken some territory here. Not to mention that the Baltic Socialist Republic, remember guys, when we looked here before, the Russians were crushing them. But right now, it actually looks like they're doing pretty well. And I actually like the Jacobin Socialist Party, a left-wing movement dating back to the French Revolution. The Jacobins despise religion and monarchy, seeking instead a militarized and centralized republic to spread the revolution and liberate humanity from ignorance. Wow. So obviously the Jacobins, very, very cool faction there. And they're doing damn well against the Russians, guys. As you can see, the Russians have actually been kicked out of Vijeme, and maybe not. I'm actually seeing some of the land is changing here. Maybe the Russians are able to beat them back. I really hope so, guys, because if the Russians aren't able to beat them back, we're going to have to deal with them. And as you can imagine if they actually beat the Russians in a large war, took all this territory, they would be bordering our country, guys, and we just can't have that. Few free civilian factories here, but I'm actually more concerned with building military factories. So I'm going to go ahead and drop one. This one should be dropped fairly soon. We'll go ahead and drop those civvy factories as well. I was going to put it in the far north, but actually I'd rather put it over here in Colorado, give people some jobs, etc. And let's drop another military factory over here. The more military factories, the better. We need them, guys. But we don't even have enough territory to build enough military factories to really help our guys. So right here, I would love to go ahead and focus on the elastic defense. It would increase our organization, amongst other things, but I think our main focus should be battlefield support here, formation flying, etc. We want to make sure that we have at least a basic air force, and I think that's probably not too much to ask. All right. Infantry equipment. Of course, we got 107 military points, so we could start improving the military even more. We will do that. I'm not going to research that. It's way too long. But we will get the support weapons. And who knows? I'm actually kind of tempted to go to war with the Royalists just to see if I could take them on. And obviously, we would take so much territory if we did. But I don't think we could survive that war, which is why we are holding out as long as possible. Let's see how our military is doing here. And pretty good. We can actually drop one of the National Guard divisions already. But I'm going to wait a little bit longer until the deployment number gets to 3. Also, we're going to probably have to start an entirely new empire. And there we go, guys. The Treaty of Budapest. Wow. Okay, the Kingdom of Romania took 11 states. The French Empire took 10 states. And the Kingdom of Westphalia took 15 states. And it looks like the Christian Kingdom of Croatia was annexed. The Kingdom of Rome was annexed, guys. A tremendous amount of stuff seized as well. And now, of course, the Polish government has gone into exile as well. I want to see how things work. Look at that, guys. The French Empire has taken over all of Italy. Unbelievable. And I'm so annoyed these guys wouldn't let us join them. The fact is that, you know, they're friends with Louisiana. Louisiana's French, and they are trying to improve their relations there. And, of course, the Kingdom of Westphalia doing incredibly well. This is the era of the kingdoms, guys. And it's unbelievable. I do hope they go to war with the Ukrainian anarchists here. But right now, of course, we are by ourselves. Although, we do own half of the United States and half of Canada. So I would say that that's a pretty good trade-off, I think. Alright, let's take a look here at the government modifications list. So actually, Chief of the Air Force would probably not be a bad idea at all. But I'm actually going to wait, because I want to change the service by requirement. And even the limited exports, we could do free trade here. Increase factory output, increase construction speed, increase research time. I'm going to do it. Obviously, doing free trade during a war is dangerous because it's quite possible that our ships could be sunk on the way here. But I'm thinking that this will actually be a good idea, and we're definitely going to research the military-industrial complex, and it's also going to allow us to gain one building slot, which we desperately need. Or, excuse me, research slot. Alright, we got a formation flying. Once again, we will keep focusing, and I'm not necessarily going to go to war with Quebec, guys. I want you guys to decide, like you did with the Algonquins, if we should focus on the Socialist Republic of Quebec. And look at this, I didn't even notice the Kingdom of Sweden, Denmark, all the way up here. I would love to bring them into our faction, but of course, it's just not going to happen. Now, the other question is, if we change our political party here, which we could also, by the way, which I think we could change the name of the faction. We may not be able to, but I kind of like the constitutionalists. But if we change the political party here, maybe we have more of a chance of bringing the countries that are not yet part of a faction into the fold. Maybe they're just concerned because we have a democracy and the rest of the world are monarchies and extremely ultra-nationalist states. So it's kind of hard to support anyone in that situation, of course. So there will be a third army, guys, and for that third army, I'm going to put it over here where the Socialist Republic of Quebec is, to kind of watch the line, as it were. We definitely got a nice bit of army experience out of that war, and remember, we only lost 24,000 men. Well, that's actually quite a lot, but 24,000 men, when you think about it, is not a lot, you know, in the grand scheme of things. So through that loss of 22,000, our men were hardened by battle, and now they pretty much are well trained in terms of the fight. That's not to say we could beat these guys in a war, but if we had to fight, we could probably outlast them for quite a while. Okay, there we go, guys. Oh my goodness, and look at that. As soon as we got the justification for conquering Quebec, the Socialist Republic of Quebec joined the Republican International. And you know what that means, guys? That means that they may have to declare war on us anyway. So they might not even have a choice in this case. I'm going to go ahead and get our guys on the border. Remember, we're at war with that group. So let's see if they're going to dare to attack us. I don't think they're going to join the war, but we certainly could join the war against them. Especially since they could be moving in, guys, forces, etc. They could be moving in enemy forces from the Ukraine, transporting them across the sea, and then bring them here into northern Canada. It's possible. Anything's possible. So I'm definitely going to go ahead and set that army up there on the borders. And I think, I'm almost certain, as a matter of fact, that we are going to attack this country. We cannot have an enemy country this close to our borders. It just can't happen. Let's go ahead and we're going to put these guys on the border too. Calling this the northern threat, guys, because this Socialist Republic of Quebec is a northern threat, and look at that, they are beginning the attack. The Socialist Republic of Quebec has joined the Socialist Republic of Ukraine as our enemy in the Deseret Algonquin War, guys. We're going to go ahead. We have to act very quickly, and this did happen quite quickly. We did not expect this. I'm going to go ahead and attack from the north here. And I'm just trying to get as many of our men involved with this conflict as possible. We're trying to get as many men to break in here as possible. And of course, I'm going to try cutting behind the enemy lines to get here to Nipigon. Oh my goodness, guys. This is a vicious attack. Now, of course, we're going to be focusing on this area right here mostly. Clearly, they have declared war on the constitutionalists, ladies and gentlemen, and we must show them that we mean business. 15, they're on the way, guys. There's a lot of movement going on here, as you can imagine. Why the hell did these two guys form into one army? What the? Hate when that happens. Okay, we're gonna have to split half of these guys off. So let's grab 1 and 2. Is there a freaking split button? Come on, man. Alright, for now we're going to go ahead and accept the commander, but I'm going to have to do something about this. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and get it to the point where you guys can decide whether or not, well, what you want to do here. Oh, here we go. Select half of the current soldiers. There we go. We're going to unassign. And of course, we'll just put in Benjamin MacArthur. Put him back on the front lines. But yeah, guys, this is major stuff here. So obviously, we're moving in. I want to make sure that these guys know this is the front line they want to be on. And they are on the way. Awesome. Now, with some of these units, I do want to micromanage. For instance, these guys right here, they desperately need assistance if they're going to win. That's what I'm talking about, guys. All right, Henry Blackwood and the Division d'Infanterie Territoriale are going to try to stop us. I don't think they're going to succeed. But again, we need to do this quickly because the enemy has a bit of an advantage now in terms of being able to kind of start quite early on the assaults. I'm going to go ahead and send some troops over here, see if we can say, in fact, I'm going to attack this way. What am I thinking? This way as well. See if we can break through. And at this point, we probably could drop those armies. So let's go ahead and drop these guys. Boom, boom, boom. We'll build some more, don't worry, guys. But I'm going to bring these guys all to the front lines. We've also got a group of 3 here. Yeah, I think we can get these guys all in one group, and we can start making that next army. And all of these guys have to travel through the Rocky Mountains just to get over here to the front lines. But it's worth it. I mean, we need to get to those front lines if we expect to get a victory. Reinforce the lines, boys. There we go. Nice few green arrows there. Beautiful green arrows. Of course, those are the signs of victory. But the enemy is taking territory here, guys. And we cannot allow the enemy to take our sovereign territory here in this war. It just can't happen. We've got to put a stop to it. Right now, our casualty count is still at 25,000. And I'm taking a look here. Looks like only 20 men down. So these are obviously just skirmish battles right now. But as time progresses, they are going to get more and more deadly. Come on, boys. Time is of the essence. Wish we could ask the Royalists for some support here. Maybe the Royalists are at war with these guys, too. I didn't even consider that, but I don't think that's the case. Also, if you guys look to the actual time, I'm going a lot slower. So I want you guys to tell me whether you prefer the fast speed or the slow speed. A lot of people, especially during wars, prefer the slow speed because they get to kind of see everything that occurs. But I'm more of a fan of the fast speed. It's really up to you guys, and we'll do what you guys think is right. Look at that, getting into position. That's what I like to see. As long as we can hold them off just until our men get into position, I think we have a much better chance of getting a victory here. So that's good. Keep holding off men to the very end. Absolutely awesome. Look at that, guys. Breaking through this territorial infantry division. And once we break through there, I think it's only a matter of time before we're in Quebec City, Montreal. Very, very soon here. So we've just got to keep attacking. However, some of these enemy attacks are getting pretty nasty, guys. And we could focus now on actually increasing service by requirement. We could wait a little bit longer. Or we could go ahead and maybe get an artillery specialist. I'm going to go ahead and do that. We do have artillery in our army, and I think that would probably be very, very helpful there. Give us a little increased attack. Why not? Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Do you guys think we can beat this threat and claim even more land for the Republic of Deseret? Or are we going to be crushed here? Let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and have an awesome, awesome day.